Hello everybody, and welcome back to Factorio. This is EddieMan, and as you can see, we're sitting here at the main menu. So the other day, make a long story short, I came up with this really great idea. So great that it actually woke me up in the middle of the night, and I started writing things down. And this is what I came up with. As you can see, we're going to start a new series. I know that sounds crazy because I have 2 active series right now, and this will make a 3rd one. But you know what? I have a good idea, and I want to roll with it. So let's do it. So this series is going to be all about making a wall. Yes. Today we're going to make a wall. Well, the start of a wall. So, this series is going to be called The Great Wall of Nauvis. So let's go ahead. Let's build a wall. All right. So the presets for this series is going to be we're going to do marathon mode. So the recipes and the technologies are more expensive. And in the advanced settings, I'm not going to change any of the pollution rates. We're going to leave everything the way it is. The evolution, it is a little different from Death World. It's actually better than Death World. So we're actually just going to leave the evolution rate the way it's set. That should be fine. Recipes and technologies are going to be expensive. The technology price multiplier will be 4. And enemy expansion and group sizes, I saw that it's the same as Death World settings. So we're going to go ahead and just leave all that the way it is. What I do want to tweak is the resource settings. Since we're going to be making a lot of walls and a lot of stone paths. In fact, we're going to cover the whole... We're going to underline the whole base with stone path and possibly concrete. We'll see. So the stone frequency, we're going to change to high. I don't want too much stone, and as I get into the rules of this series, you'll see why. Okay, size, let's tweak that up to big, see what it generates. And with richness, let's go up to good. Not very good. You can't go, we're not going to go too crazy. Just good. Okay. And the medium starting area, I'm thinking I might want to go big. Just because some of the rules that I've set myself, and that's what that's what I was writing down that night. I was coming up with rules out of my mind. There's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to have to think differently about. Base design, initial factory design, and you'll see. So I'm going to change the starting area to big. I know that seems like a lot, and the rate of when we're going to get attacked the first time might be a lot further down the road, but you know, that might actually be best for us in these settings. Okay, and the basic settings looks fine. We're going to do infinity map again. So alright, let's go ahead. Let's see what the game generates for us. Oh. Now I did hit close. I didn't hit generate. Did it change everything? Yes, it did. Alright, let me just really quick here. I apologize about that. Let's go fix everything. Marathon. Okay, let's generate. Okay. Let's see. Well. Can we make this work? I don't know if we can make this work. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. Okay, so as I walk around and do the beginning of this, let's start reading down the rules here. Alright, so the initial base can only reside in a 100 by 100 radius, which is a Roboport coverage. I know that's crazy, right? That sounds really crazy. But that's the challenge that I want to give myself this series. So I think it's going to be great. That's what the series is all going to be about. Right? So the next thing is starting location will be start of wall. So wherever I started, which was around this area, is going to be the beginning of the wall. So I have to make myself some markers here. Let's go ahead and put the first marker down. That's going to be my, well, I think a Roboport is 4 by 4, right? Am I right about that? Is it a 4 by 4 entity? Let me clarify that. And I should have had all my facts ready right before I started recording. It looks like it's a 4 by 4 entity. Okay. Alright. So that's going to be my first location right there. Okay. Alright. So what we need to do is we need to get our initials up and running here. Okay. Remember, everything is expensive recipes. So. Alright, so we'll just dump all the coal into that for now. Let's go get more trees here. Yeah, so we're gonna do 25-minute episodes, just like the Death World. My frequency of my first series, I think I'm gonna cut back a little bit on that one to make room for this one. All right. So let's continue with some of the rules here as I chop some of these trees down. Base will be consistently moving in the direction of the construction of the wall. So whatever way we deem start, so we will place the first Roboport down where I set my markers, right? And then I'm gonna decide which direction I'm gonna go next. So like this is gonna be a Roboport. Then we're going to connect another Roboport down the line here, or whichever way I decide to go. And that is going to be the first direction that we start with. Okay. When direction changes, new direction has to be at least 6 Roboports long before directions can be changed again. Yeah, and I'm setting some some real crazy rules here for myself, but it's all about the challenge. So, whatever direction I decide to go, I have to make sure I can do 6 Roboports in that direction. Or I'm gonna have to get some landfill and landfill my area in so I can get the base that size. Okay. So we're gonna make some steel there. Let me get more trees going here. I think I might actually go down first, but we'll get to that. Probably we won't know for a couple episodes which direction we're gonna go first. Alright, as I chop some of these trees down, let's continue. Resources will be collected by changing direction of the wall. So, if a resource patch is not in our area, I'm biting my tongue on this. I am not going to reach out and build an outpost. Outpost rules will apply for bases, but it has to be within the radius of the wall. And we'll get to a little bit of that just in a little bit here. Alright, we have a corners of the wall rule here. One more Roboport length is allowed going in the last direction. So like, instance, if this Roboport radius up here was one of many in that one direction, and I'm able to change my direction if I wanted to go, saying I was coming here from the left, and I want to go up, or I want to go down. Now, whatever opposite way I'm allowed, that I decide, I'm allowed to put another Roboport on that section. And I'm also allowed to put another Roboport on the opposite direction of the direction I came from. So saying in this case I came from the left here, and I stop here, and this is all my base. And saying out here there was a nice iron patch here, but I wanted to go up to get more oil, right? I am allowed to build another Roboport out here to expand my base to get that iron patch. And I'm also allowed to build, if I want to, another section down here to maybe grab some coastline to build another power station, or to grab trees because I need wood, or I might decide to not even build a Roboport in that section to expand my base. So that's how corners are going to work. Okay. Forgot to hit Alt. Let's go ahead and pick this up, and I want to put it here instead for iron. Okay. And eventually we're going to build another one of those, and I need to get stone, which is also up here. Okay, let's go ahead and mine. Let's mine 20. Let's mine a whole bunch while I read the next set of rules here. Dragon's teeth is allowed, but must be within the radius of the Roboport for repair purposes. Yes, for repair purposes. So I can build and I could build the wall right at the end of the Roboport radius, or I can push it in a little bit towards the inside of my base, so I can put out the dragon teeth. In this series, we're going to act as the outside of the radius of Roboports is not a safe zone. That's the whole idea behind the whole thing. Now, it sounds a little crazy, but that's what we're gonna shoot for. Alright, let's see if I can get another one of these. Yes, I can. Alright. Sounds good to me. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to stand here and mine some coal while I move on to the next set of rules. Okay, so we're getting into outpost rules. So outpost rules apply, but are only allowed as a corner of the wall case that gives you additional space if needed. So yeah, that is already self-explanatory. If outposts can fit within wall radius, direction change is not necessary. Again, I can choose to change the direction if I want, as long as I have gone six Roboports long. I will make an exception on the beginning segment, just in case I hit a huge body of water that I can't see, in the fog of war. Okay, just go to 30 here. Okay, go ahead and put some of that in here. Alright, look at that. Actually, I want to build, I'm going to do this here instead. Alright, and then I need more stone. Alright, so that's about half the rules there. So all base parts must be within wall, no matter what. So if I need to reach out the radius, I have to change the direction, or I have to design my base in a different manner. So yeah, train lines are allowed, but are only allowed to run within construction zone of Roboport area. So the train lines. Now the Roboport radius has a logistics area, and it's got a construction area outside the logistics zone. So I'm only making myself allowed to run my train lines in that construction zone. Now that leads into my next case here. Train stations are allowed within the logistics area. So theoretically, I'm going to run the train lines right at the border where the construction and the logistics lines meet. Okay. Alright, let's get copper online here. Didn't mean to do that, but it's okay though. Just put that in there. Get copper going. Alright, so my radius of this is 100 by 100. So I have to go out 40. Making more trees here. Just a few more. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to go out 2, so 50 squares up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. That's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, So that's 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just double check that. I'm not going to do this for every single one until I get the Roboport, but I want to do at least one to show you. So that's 2, 4, 6, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20, so that's 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, that's 50. Okay. Alright, we can mine this for stone. Okay, let's pick up these pails, these crates here. Alright, so I believe that's 2. Yep. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 20. Alright, that's my first corner there. Alright, so the other ones I'm not going to show you. I am running out of time here for this beginning episode. And so yeah, let me go ahead and gather some coal here. Everything's running out, including the coal mine. What am I doing? I should have put that. Yeah. That's good. I'm going to put some in the copper here. So let's get back here, and then I'll read the rest of the rules off, and then I'll end it there. Parts of the base may be left behind and connected by belts and or trains. If a Roboport section is overrun and destroyed, Roboport may not be rebuilt. So the Roboports, if they're destroyed, they can't be rebuilt. I know that's crazy. You're saying, but we can rebuild them. Yes, we can. But in this series, as the challenge, that's not going to be allowed. So, hence, the logistics and construction areas are gapped, and new starting location of the wall is established. So whatever direction you're going, I have to keep going that way. And if the section gets overrun, I have to stop what I'm doing in the direction I'm going, and I have to seal the gap. But the construction zone, the logistics and construction zone, is gapped. So whatever section of the wall I'm working on, that area becomes the new starting location, and we proceed forward. If other side of gap is still accessible, then resources may still be used. So the base could still go over the gap. It's just the logistics and construction zone. Maybe the construction zones might still be good, but the logistics zones have been gapped, and they won't be connected anymore. In the event of a total collapse, overrun, All means of closing the gap must be taken, and new starting location is established before continuation of wall. We will get to that point if that ever happens. So that's basically all the rules I have. We have already gone through all the presets and the stone settings. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. So yeah, if you guys like my contact, go ahead and either you could subscribe to my channel, and if you want, you could also throw a like at the bottom of this video as well. I want to thank you again for joining me in this episode of Factorio, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye now.